Hello, everyone. It is a pleasure to welcome you all to yet another insightful session of the Glass Academy webinars in collaboration with Ethos Empowers. As a part of our continuing exploration of how glass and smart architecture intersect, today's conversation brings a fresh and practical perspective on the realities of modern day practice. Today's session is titled Integrating Design, Materials, and Management in Today's Architecture Practice. In an era where architectural design goes beyond just drawings and concepts, this session will explore how an integrated approach, where design thinking, material understanding, and project management move hand in hand. We'll discuss the practicalities of working across disciplines, the importance of early decisions, and how materials like glass play a pivotal role in spatial quality, climate response, and overall buildability. And to lead this timely discussion, we are delighted to welcome architect Arun Raja Mohan, a dynamic young architect from Chennai. Arun Raja Mohan is an experienced architect with over 20 years of expertise in architecture, interior design, and project management. He is the lead architect of KK Win DC Architectural Design Studio. Over the years, he has worked on a wide range of projects, including data centers, offices, homes, hotels, schools, and heritage buildings. He has held senior roles at firms like Larsen and Turbo, where he has led large scale product projects across India. He holds degrees in architecture and project management and believes in blending thoughtful design with practical execution. He has also participated in several workshops and design competitions and was awarded the Best Architectural Practice Award in 2022 for sustainable housing. Today, we'll hear about his design process, how he navigates material choices, including glass in different typologies, and the lessons he's learned on the ground managing real projects with real constraints. So, without further delay, let's welcome architect Arun Raja Mohan and dive into this conversation on integration, innovation, and insight in architectural practice. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So, sir, before we get into the technicalities, could you start by telling us a little about your journey, how you got into architecture, and what shaped your practice and values along the way?
Thank you. Thanks for the kind introduction. So I got into the architecture quite naturally. Like growing up in Chennai, I always curious about how spaces affect we live. So, how building can shape behavior and how even a small detail can change how we feel in a space. So, that interesting lead me to architecture. So, in the beginning of my career, I worked with the traditional and sustainable building material. So, it taught the value of the local material, understanding the culture and design with the people in mind. So, later I joined L&T and my focus shifted. So I started working on large scale projects like corporate campuses, public buildings. So it helps how to balance the creative idea with the practical deliverable. And over years, this experience shaped my approach. So I believe in design concept and honestly use of material and respect for the process. So today, so my practice, I bring both two sides like good design and smooth execution together.
Okay. So, your journey has brought you here in Chennai now, and you run a growing and hands-on practice in Chennai. Could you give us a glimpse into the kind of projects that you typically take on and how you approach them, all the way from client brief to the execution of the projects?
At our practice in Chennai, we work on a range of projects from premium house, villas, hospitals, so different varieties of projects. For us, like every project start with understanding the client intent. So like we spend time with them, we study their requirement, we visit the site, we collect the data for that potential site, what is the opportunity we can build, and we give the clear picture to the client. And that we develop the concept keeping the material and service in mind. So when we start the design, so we will have that idea of the material and how the services will be. So when we design, we visualize the end product. So that's how we interact with the client and other vendors. So our process is very collaborative. So we work closely with the consultant and vendor at the starting stage itself. So we focus on design aspects and cost controlling and visiting the sites. During execution, there will be a lot of issues. So we will be visiting and giving the solution on site without any delay. So that's how.
Yes, sir. Um, so, your work often strikes a balance between clean design, material honesty, and smart detailing. So, how would you describe your design process, and what role does interdisciplinary collaboration play in making all of it come together?
I believe like every good project start with a clear concept. So for me, like design begins with understanding the purpose of space. So what it need to do and how it feel and how it perform. So once we have an idea, we develop it into a sketches, plans and like 3D visuals. So always keeping practicality in mind. And I also believe like in being honest with the material. So I use materials in the way it reflects the true nature, like glass for lights and openness, and concrete for strength and texture, and wood for warmth. Like the beauty often comes from the detailing, like where the material meets how the space connects, so how inside flow into the outside. And like but the design does not happen alone, so we will be involving with the engineers, consultant and vendor from the beginning. So like it's a teamwork make the design strong and durable.
And, sir, in the projects that you worked on, how do you typically approach the use of glass? You can talk from both a design and performance perspective.
Okay. And glass is a fascinating material. Like it brings light, create openness, and connect spaces. So, like it also challenging. Like will have a heat, glare, and privacy issue. So, in every project, we look glass as both as a design element and a performing tool. Like for a design point of view, I use glass to improve how the spaces feel and bringing in natural light, connecting indoor with the outdoor and adding sense of scale. So in one of our recent project, we use full height sliding door in the living space to give the connect to the garden space outside. Like it's erase the boundary between the building, like giving the greenery visual performance. So we study the climate condition, site surroundings, and like using of glass. It's like if it is in Chennai and Odisha, the performance of glass it's vary. Like using double glazing with low E coated, so shading device we need to provide. So it depends according to the site condition.
Correct, sir. When it comes to glass, when you're considering that material, it is important to look into the climatic considerations. So, sir, what are some key learnings that you've gathered over all those years of expertise when it comes to using glass in different building types or climatic contexts?
See, yeah, I realize the glass perform really depends on the context. Like what works well in one project may not work in other. So if we consider the climate and orientation of the site, how the space is used, so we the key learning is climate that guide our glass strategy. Like for example, in hot and humidity place like Chennai, we avoid too much of western facing and it should be treated well with shading devices. Like we use low E glasses, like shading devices to avoid the glare and heat. So, in if you take in an office building, the thermal comfort and sound that is very important factor. So we pay attention to the U values, then sound rated, and for easy maintenance point of view. So we use laminated glass, we use acoustical glass in that scenario. So the key is always take it in the real condition.
Okay. Sir, we would love for you to share a glimpse of the kind of projects you've been working on recently and how your approach to materials like glass fits into your larger design vision.
Uh, Probably in the coming presentation, I will capture that. So in one of our office design, so we used glass, like wanted to have a modern and transparent and an energy efficient workspace. So in the design, we use a clean building with performing glass facade to manage the sun, and we added some shading devices and to give the rhythm to the elevational. And the glass brings in the natural light, depends into the building, like while still keeping the environmental interior spaces cool. So it's an example like how form and glass work together for the beauty and the efficient. And we also have a like design few school buildings like using the glass selected like in the corridor, staircase, and in breakout spaces. So we bring daylight controlling with the glare using the colored film and perform the metal lowers or fins like that.
Sir, you can go ahead and present your screen and show us your work.
So this is one of our project. It's under construction, almost in the finishing stage. So we did a corporate office for a township. Inside a township, they produce actually minerals and ores. It's located in Odisha. So I will give the presentation for this project. So it's actually a township, almost 6,000 acres of land. So they have a factory like manufacturing yard separately and a residential spaces separately connected with the one connecting road. So we visited the site. We selected the site for the corporate place. So we identified here somewhere near the entrance. We don't want to keep the corporate office inside the factory area. So we located the site and we interacted with the client on their requirement. So this is actually under the construction photo. So it was very near to the entrance space. So this is the facade. So we were be using like glass in the front facade and ACP with the wooden finish and lower. So we were using almost four materials in the facade here. So the glazing used for to bring the natural light inside. Then ACP. ACP we given a color combination matching with their corporate color field. So we given couple of options. Then we selected one shade. And other one is like plinth protection. We were using a granite, so it should not damage the facade area. So plinth height we you generally give protection with the granite cladding. So that's how we given for the plinth area. And the building height is around 18.3. It's a G plus 3. And two floors we did the interior for them, and one floor is for the future expansion. And it we can do one more additional floor also. So it is designed for additional one floor load. And that's like the glass, it was designed with the curvilinear. We want a smooth and clean facade in facing the factory area. And see, we did couple of exercise how to fix the floor height. So we were giving 3.6 meter one option and 3.9 meter. Ground floor it is 4.05. So we have a double height lobby there. So we want to give a grand entrance in the lower floor. And typical floor, we were fixing the building height based on the services and the interior space they want. So we prepare a conceptual view, and we given the false ceiling level for 2.5 and 2.8, and above ceiling height accommodating all the services. So when we do the design, we will have the thought of how the services and what kind of services it's going to be. It's a chiller with the ducting or split AC, like that. We will have the cross checking with our consultants as well. So we fixed 800 clearance above ceiling to minimize the cost of the second layer of sprinkler. So that's how we fixed the false ceiling height, and we given the interior space based on the view. We given couple of view option to them. So that's how like we select the building heights floor to floor cost optimize this is with respect to the interior space, as well as if you take the facade glass, so you will have the cost optimization of the height. As well as we are working with the glass manufacturer, they used to give the low wastage size. So accordingly, we work with the consultant and the vendors. We select the glass width and size. So we want to do a sustainable design without wasting the material as well. So that's how we fix the height of the building. And this is the furniture layout. So during the initial discussion, they have given the design program of what they want. So how many cabins require workspace, which are the department they have, HR, admin. So they given their design program. So we had a 1 week workshop with the client. We visited the site. So we framed the design requirement. So we have designed with the central core and two side cores. So in between this wing, we have the office spaces. In the ground floor, we have the main entrance double height lobby. And on the left side, we have the cafeteria accommodating for this employees. So it will be run in a two shift seating. And we have a dedicated executive dining in one zone there. So their management or CEO, they can use this area. For this cafeteria, we given the services here, and service entry will be from the rear side. So the left wing entirely scattered for the cafeteria. And central core, you will have the vertical connection with the passengers lobby and the main staircase. Behind the core, we have the services like AHU, BMS room, fire control room, electrical panel. On the right side, we have HR and admin spaces. So the meeting cabin, meeting rooms, vendor meeting rooms, waiting lounge, and the workspace. So everything is planned on the right wing. And on the extreme core, we have the toilets and the fire emergency stair. And when we do the design of the floor plate, we consider all the statutory norms and NBC standard. So it has to address the fire travel distance. So accordingly, we position the staircase. In case of emergency, they need to easily evacuate. So accordingly, we place the staircase position. The travel distance will be very less. So it's a first level, and here we given space for the project team and commercial. So the course remains same. So only the interior spaces it varies. And in this we kept all the cabins on the facade side. So they should have a view outside. On the front side, we given the glazing facade. On the rear side, we given the windows. Actually, it's a performing like DGU windows. So we want to optimize the cost also. We don't want to give the entire glass building. So on the facing the road side, we given the glass, and other sides it's windows, and the other right and left hand it's a service area. We were giving with the louvers. So this is for the second floor, and this central double height will be covered with the CEO cabin here facing the factory. And we have other wing logistic and safety department on the left side and finance team on the right side. And future third floor will be it's a vacant floor. We are giving only the service facility. It's for future expansion, and additional one floor they can build. So the building services is integrated for the future. All four floor, whatever requirement is coming, the structural foundation is designed for that, and the services, AHU, the STP for the people also it's considered. So they don't want to redevelop the infrastructure. They can just expand the space. And in the interior, we kept a concept with the symbol of the element. So they produced the iron, copper, aluminum, and all. So we want to symbolize the thing in the graphical node inside the interior space. And these are the material we used in this interior. So we were using wooden textures, different finishes, and marble and solid colors. So when we do the design, we always keep the material in the thought, like whether it is available or not. We cannot simply put one material and show to the client, and during execution, if material is not there, then they will question us. So we always keep three choice. During the presentation, before the presentation, we have a word with the vendor whether this is available or not. We tell the approximate volume, so this much square meters of material is required within 6 months or 7 months. So you keep the stock. Then we project it to the client. So that's how all material we will have the contact with the vendor. Otherwise, the project you cannot deliver on time. And this is the main double height lobby. So we want to have some rustic finish like metal ceilings and the symbols of the metals like lowers kind of thing. So this is the other view and the material used in this lobby. And this is the ground floor lift lobby. So we want to have a premium finish in the ground floor, and in upper floor we slightly optimize the finish. So we want to give the same look and feel, but cost wise also we want to optimize. This is actually a EPC contract. So we are working for the contractor. So we want to look into the design aspect as well as cost. So if you see the upper floor, you will have the ceiling area, it will be optimized. So the wall cladding will be with paint, and in ground floor it is with marble. So most it is for around 450 to 500 employees. So everyone will be coming to the ground floor and they go to the respective floors. So we want to give this space as a grand finish. And it's a green certified building, so we are using all sustainable materials, LED lights kind of thing. And this is actually for the interfloor movement. We use one staircase with the granite finish, and service staircase will be on the side. It will be with the Kota finish. And this is the cafeteria in the ground floor, and it's like rearrangeable. In case of town hall meeting, they can rearrange and conduct a town hall here, and we want to have a open ceiling kind of finish here. We have a waiting lounge and executive dining in one area. So we were using similar this wooden tone in wherever like ceiling or wall finish. We maintain the same concept throughout the building. This is for one conference room, and restroom like simple and neat finish here. And this is for a one double occupancy cabin. So they have single occupancy, double occupancy, manager, then CXO, then CEO, like category wise. So we just use the color tone and like furniture according to it. So this is actually their corporate color. So we just use the corporate color as the backdrop and keeping other finishes very subtle and like simple finish. So only cabins it will be with carpet, and all like office space will be with the tile finish. So this is for CXO. So this is what I am telling, like metals, it will be symbolized and it will be art or like graphical indication inside the workspace. So indirectly, like we just giving that feel of the material, what they are doing it inside the interior space. So this is for the CEO. And this is for the meeting space. So it's all like simple. Certain rooms will be budget oriented. Like conference room will have some high end finish, and meeting room will be the low end finish. It's all for four-seater. And the workspace, even the graphical indication. So everything will be clean and simple wall finish. And cabin will have the view to the outside, and from cabin to workspace you will have a glazing, and glazing facing to the workspace. And even in the furniture, we use the corporate color glass combination. So it's a sandwich glass panel. So you can use it for the writing as well. And we want to bring the color tone inside the workspace. So glass application, even in furniture, internal wall partition, glass doors, and even in facade. So this is what like see we in this you can see the perimeter corridor, it will be the lower ceiling, and workspace you will have higher ceiling. So you will get a feel of uh, more height in the workspace, and corridor will be lesser. So this is actually, you will have the cost reduction in terms of the wall finish area will come down. So the cost of the wall finish will be lesser. So this how we just optimizing the cost indirectly. You will get the still the premium look and feel, but you can reduce the cost. Glass with frosted films, colored frosted films here, vision panels. So this is a breakout space in one corner of the work area, and fire door to the service areas with the fire rated glass. It's one more huddle space here. It's a CEO lounge area and other view of the CEO lounge area. So we were using this internal glazing will be like simple aluminum frame with the glass. So this is also like the glass panel with us based on the what size manufacturer is doing. We will make a cutting schedule, optimize size, we fix the panel width. So we don't want to waste the material also. Maximum cost benefit we can pass on the wastage, because generally they will keep glass more than 5%. So we want to do this shop drawing for all this glass, even for doors. So everything we make a shop drawing. We optimize where we can reduce the cost and using the material fully. Like if you take the table, the laminate panel, also it will be used effectively. No need to do the cutting, so we can use it effectively. So a writing board with lacquer glass here. So these are the applications of glass. The thing is, when we use the glass, we can reduce the error, and finish also it will be better. If you take any snack point, glass application area, it will be very less. Doing painting, other area, there will be the snack points. If you take a glass, it will be the last product, it will come in. We can finish it perfectly, and the look will be changed the last minute of handing over. Only thing we need to take care of the protection. So that's it. Just on outline, because we were working in this project for almost 2 years from the design interaction with the client. Now it's in the final interior work is going on. So
Okay. Thank you, sir. The presentation was so insightful, especially regarding the planning of the services and the floors, and also regarding the materials, about how uh, you wanted to avoid wastage, and about pre planning as to seeing what all are available. So that was very insightful. Um, Sir, what are some key takeaways or principles that have helped you integrate design, materials, and management seamlessly in your work?
the key principle is like aligning the design, material, and management more seamlessly. Like starts with the right concept. So building it performs how it will be built. So this guide easily decision making, like what material, joinery, and detailing we need to provide. Like design and detailing go together. Like a good idea need good detailing to succeed. So I believe in design, developing the design hands in and technical drawings. So how the glass meets the concrete, how the service lines run through a facade area, like then involving the right people early. So you need to know which material where to use and which person we have to use. We need to know. So you need to integrate. Uh, the consultant vendor and the site team to taking this from the beginning. So it's avoid the last minute compromise and improving the buildability.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure your experience, your presentation has been very insightful and encouraging to all the young architects who are watching. So, sir, what advice would you give these young architects who are trying to build a practice that is balancing creativity and practical execution?
My advice will be like creativity is the soul of architecture. But it's become powerful only it's buildable. So while you chase beauty ideas, also learn how things are constructed. Spend time on on site. Talk to the mason. They are going to execute whatever drawing you are making. They have to read and execute it. Okay, so think in that point, the drawing or view, whatever we are making, it should be readable to the mason and contractor and understand how the material really in real condition. That practical knowledge will make design stronger. And secondly, don't avoid of making mistake, but always learn from them. Every project have a tough one. Teach you something valuable, how to handle client, manage team, deal with the site surprises. And these are the skills that help to build a sustainable practice. Also, remember architecture is teamwork. So collaborating with the engineer, consultant, and fellow designers offers, and do not have to do everything yourself, but you must know how to bring the right people together.
Yes, sir, very true, very true. Thank you so much, Arun sir, for taking us through your journey and generously sharing your experiences, insights, and thoughtful reflections on practice, materials, and management. Your talk has beautifully brought out the balance between creativity and pragmatism, something that young architects deeply relate to and often seek guidance on. The way you've shown how materials like glass can be used meaningfully within well managed design led processes is truly inspiring. And to our audience, thank you for being with us today. We hope this session leaves you with fresh perspectives on how thoughtful material choices and project management can go hand in hand with strong design intent. On behalf of Glass Academy and Ethos Empowers, we are grateful to have had you, sir, and audience with us. Wishing you all continued curiosity, growth, and inspired practice. Until next time, take care and keep building better. Thank you.
Thank you.